All right, so today we've got a caller coming on who went through a divorce after over a decade of marriage. And let me just say, his take on what marriage actually is might ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. He basically told our producer that marriage is a business deal, and honestly, I have some thoughts.
Oh, I know you do. Let's get into it. Marcus, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me. I'm a little nervous, honestly. I don't usually talk about this stuff publicly, but, I felt like I needed to say it.
No pressure at all, Marcus. Just tell us your story in your own words. What happened?
So, okay, I was married for 11 years, met my ex-wife in college, we were like best friends first, then it turned into something more. And for the first few years, it was great, like genuinely great. But somewhere around year 5 or 6, things just shifted. It stopped being about us and started being about the house, the finances, who's paying what, whose career matters more, all of it. And I tried. I really tried. We did couples therapy for 2 years, but every conversation came back to money or what each of us was bringing to the table. It felt like a board meeting, not a marriage. When we finally split, the divorce process just confirmed everything I was feeling. Lawyers, asset division, alimony calculations. It's like they don't ask you about love in divorce court. They ask about numbers. And now I'm on the other side of it 2 years out, and honestly, I think marriage was always a business deal. We just dressed it up with a wedding and a cake and pretended it was something else. I'm not bitter about it. Or I'm trying not to be. But I think if someone had told me at 22, hey, this is a legal and financial contract, I would have gone in with different expectations. And maybe we'd still be together.
Man, Marcus, first of all, thank you for being that honest. That takes guts. Can I ask, when you say the shift happened around year 5, was there a specific moment you can point to?
Yeah, actually, we bought a house. And it sounds dumb, but the mortgage conversation changed everything. Suddenly it was like, well, I make more, so I should have more say. And it just never went back to how it was before.
Marcus, I hear you on the divorce process being cold and transactional, but do you think the marriage itself was a business deal, or do you think you and your ex just let the business side take over?
Hmm, that's a good question. I mean, maybe both? The structure of marriage is a contract. That's literally what it is. But yeah, we also, we let the love part die. I can admit that.
I really appreciate that self-awareness. Okay, Marcus, hang tight for a sec. Morgan and I want to dig into this. We'll bring you back in a minute.
So look, I think Marcus is onto something real. Marriage literally is a legal contract. The state doesn't care if you're in love. It cares about property, custody, and taxes.
Sure, on paper, but I think it's dangerous to reduce it to that. If you go into a marriage thinking it's a business deal, you're going to treat your partner like a business partner, and that's not the same thing.
But is that necessarily bad? Business partners have clear expectations, clear roles, clear accountability. A lot of marriages fail because people don't have any of that.
I disagree with you there. Marriages fail because people stop being vulnerable with each other. You can't spreadsheet your way through intimacy, Morgan.
Nobody's saying spreadsheet your way through intimacy. I'm saying acknowledge the structural reality. You can have love and treat the logistics with the seriousness they deserve.
Okay, I'll give you that. But here's what worries me about Marcus's framing. If he goes into his next relationship believing it's fundamentally transactional, he's going to hold back. He's going to protect himself instead of being all in.
Or maybe he's going to be smarter about it. Maybe he'll actually talk about finances and expectations up front instead of waiting for it to blow up 5 years in.
That's fair. I do think a lot of couples avoid the money conversation because it feels unromantic, and then it festers.
Exactly. And here's the thing. He said if someone had told him it was a contract, he would have had different expectations. That's not cynicism, that's preparation.
But the way he said it, though, we dressed it up with a wedding and a cake and pretended it was something else. That sounds like someone who's lost faith in the emotional side entirely. And that breaks my heart a little.
It breaks mine, too. But he's 2 years out from a divorce. He's still processing. I don't think we should judge where he's at right now as where he'll always be.
That's actually a really good point. Pain has a way of making us build frameworks to explain away the hurt, and "it was always just a contract" is a much easier story than "we lost each other."
Right. The business deal framework gives him control over the narrative. It makes the failure logical instead of emotional.
And maybe that's what he needs right now, but I hope he doesn't carry it forever. Because the best marriages I've seen, they're both. They're the love and the logistics, handled with equal care.
Agreed. I think the real lesson here isn't that marriage is a business deal. It's that ignoring the business side of marriage is just as dangerous as ignoring the emotional side.
I can get behind that. Okay, let's bring Marcus back. So Marcus, after everything we've just said, and we went back and forth quite a bit, what are you going to do with this perspective going forward?
You know, hearing you two talk about it, Morgan's point about it being a way to feel in control, that hit me. Like, yeah, it is easier to say it was always a contract than to say I lost the person I loved most. I think what I actually want is to not be afraid of the emotional part next time. But also, have the hard conversations about money and expectations way earlier. Both things can be true. I'm not ready to date yet. But when I am, I think I want to go in with my eyes open to both sides. The love and the logistics, like Alex said. That feels right.
Marcus, that's honestly a beautiful place to land. Thank you for sharing something so personal with us. I'm rooting for you, man.
Same here. And honestly, the fact that you can sit here and say both things can be true, that tells me you're going to be okay. More than okay.
If you're listening to this and you've ever felt what Marcus felt, that pull between wanting to believe in love and wanting to protect yourself, just know that's not weakness. That's being human.
Marriage is a contract, but it doesn't have to be only a contract. And the people who get that, who treat both sides with honesty, those are the ones who make it work.